best way to describe it is like the mood of a sleepover. A lot of times, I kind of know what signs to look for now because of that class. But either way, active labor. A lot of people will go to the hospital during pre-labor, being like, "I'm having contractions. I go to the hospital now," but because they've never like taken a class or read anything about it, so they just show up to the hospital, and it's like, yeah, you're like gonna be here for a while because you haven't actually started like active contractions yet.
When you say sleepover, you mean like when you do like the walk of shame when you're dating?
No, like the energy,
okay.
like the energy level. There's like nesting behavior that can happen because it's usually a woman's body is starting to like flood with a couple different hormones, and they're like awake and like having contractions, but they're just not regular or like long enough to actually count as active labor. So like once you hit active labor, it's like, okay, now think about going to the hospital.
Are you gonna mansplain your wife in labor to her?
No.
Oh, because you're bravo. You're very educated. I like that. You're taking it very seriously.
I just want to not. Here's the thing.
What if like it was like the easiest thing though? What if it's just like, oh, well,
hopefully
she's out.
She
oh,
he
yeah.
She's
No, I mean like you said like, oh, she's done. Oh,
she
cool.
is she really wants to do the like natural route. She really doesn't want to be induced. She really doesn't want to have an epidural because like once you take an epidural, you have to be like jacked into a bunch of stuff.
And that needle is huge.
And potentially you have to be like laying down because like your legs might be numb. So like she wants to be able to like move around, and
do a cartwheel giving birth. Yeah.
Right. Well, and recovery rates like when you kind of look
shows
at it,
if you do a cartwheel, 68% of the time the baby actually shoots out when you're doing a cart.
Absolutely.
Like,
yeah. The recovery rate's like usually way less time too if you do natural because like what can happen with an epidural is because you took an epidural, you can't feel anything. So like people just tell you to push and they do what's called purple pushing. Tell me if you've ever heard this before.
I have stepchildren, no.
So like purple pushing is basically where they tell you to push until you feel like you're turning purple. Because you can't feel anything going on down here, they just start pushing like you're taking a big poop essentially. And you just like push. And what can happen is because you can't feel anything, you can accidentally rip things or like strain things in a way that you wouldn't do if you are like having a contraction and push with a contraction because you can feel the contraction.
Breathe. And welcome to today's podcast, Larry Lamaze.
You have not been recording
as Larry is going to walk you through and how to give birth and breathe.
So they don't do Lamaze anymore? That's like not a thing anymore?
Damn it! I have stepchildren. I don't know this.
Joke ruined.
But you know what? You know what does have children? The animals at the Georgia Aquarium.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing this now. Folks, this is Andrew Van of the One Star Reviews podcast with my co-host, Larry Simonson.
Hi, my wife is pregnant.
Yeah, she is.
She's very pregnant.
By the time this episode comes out, she might.
I might be a father.
What if the baby comes out early? Who knows, right?
Could be.
The baby's like, I want to get her now, Dad.
Could be. We're getting pretty dang close.
Don't you teach me about dirt, Dad?
Oh, I'll teach you all about dirt, son.
What we got chickens for? Daddy, what's that cage over there?
Oh, those chickens? I bought them because I wanted them for their poop, for my dirt,
Daddy,
in my garden.
Daddy, what? What are you doing that poop? Is it in your hand?
It's in my hand.
Why is it in your hand, Daddy?
Because I'm throwing it in the compost pile.
Do you need some more poop?
Always.
Okay. All right, man. I hope your child does not sound like that. Anyway,
these are real things, by the way.
I know.
This is why I got chickens. I wanted their poop. Anyway, the Georgia Aquarium.
Welcome to Larry's Compost. No, I was kidding. So
you guys want to know about compost?
If you've never listened to One Star Reviews,
it's all about me talking about compost. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop.
You could do that. You could do a whole long mini series on that.
And everyone leaves us a 1-star review because Larry just talked about dirt for 30 minutes.
You joke, but you know what? Spring is approaching and people need this information.
I would do it.
Exactly. Guys, if you want Larry to give a podcast about compost and poop and gardening, write in at yesvandrew@gmail.com.
Oh,
there's your request line there.
Anyway, what's this podcast, Andrew?
It is about the Georgia Aquarium. We like to read the bad reviews of good places, and because we live in Greenville, South Carolina, that's about 2.5 hours from Atlanta, Georgia. We chose one of our nearby tourist attractions, and hopefully you stay and check out Greenville as well as you're coming through. I have fond memories of Georgia Aquarium. I used to, like I said in the previous episode with the Coca-Cola. It's right next door to World Coca-Cola, so you kind of get the 2-for-1 package. Or sometimes when you visit Atlanta, you get the city pass.
Little expensive if you do them without it.
But you might as well. You're gonna be stuck in Atlanta traffic. You
That's
might as
true.
well do the city pass.
That's true.
So it's all on the block right there. You got that, the Water Coke, like I said, and then right across the street from that, you have the College Football History Museum. And then for some reason, they're like, oh, let's throw in the zoo, even though it's like 30 minutes the other direction. Sure, throw in the zoo.
You could go across the highway from there and go to the Fox Theater and maybe catch a show.
Would you rather instead of the Atlanta Zoo being the other pass, would you rather the Atlanta Zoo or an all you can eat at the Varsity?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, no. Dude, I'm very quickly approaching my mid-30s. I don't think I could handle an all-you-could-eat at the Varsity anymore. I think I'd die of heartburn. It would literally just eat its way through my chest.
Like that alien from Spaceballs.
Yeah. Oh, God, too many hot dogs.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime guy.
I'm going to keep the zoo in this pass.
All right, fine. So we are reading the bad reviews of Georgia Aquarium. Looks like you are prepped and ready to get one going.
I do. I have a really good one here, and it's definitely COVID specific. So prepare yourself. I just getting it out of the way. Was super excited to go here, but when we got there, they forced us to take and put on masks. $40 per person to wear masks all day? No, thank you. I understand that might be their policy, but it is my right to refuse to go somewhere that infringes on my human rights. We left. 1 star.
Well, let me read you one about the lame cafe here. Hang on. Here we go. It gets a little relaxing. This is by far the lamest aquarium I have seen. Georgia Aquarium boasts about being the largest in the United States. It's having a variety of species, and secondly, they have a big cafe and merchandise store that occupies more space than exhibits. I have been to Monterey Aquarium in California, which had an amazing collection of species and happy animals. Here, I felt there were just 1 or 2 of each, and most of them looked pretty sad. I definitely wouldn't recommend this aquarium at all.
What does a sad fish look like?
I don't know, but my favorite thing in the world, I think, is when you see the manta ray from under, and you can see its actual face.
Oh yeah,
It's
its
the
little mouth,
silliest thing,
and its mouth just looks like a little smile, and then the 2 eyes just little
the
dimples.
manta ray is just a floating emoji. It is a living emoji's little face.
Yeah,
It's adorable,
yeah,
and then it can sting you and kill you.
right. Here's one for you. I brought my toddler here hoping to have a wonderful experience, maybe pointing at aquatic creatures and looking back at him to see if how he reacts. But this is no longer a place for kids, about as kid-friendly as a rave. Why am I pre-ordering and scheduling tickets when they seem to have let in unlimited amounts of people? Literally, people were buying tickets as we were coming in. What? Yeah. They're admitting so many people there. There's not enough staff to check tickets. It was mostly on the honor system there. Once inside, it was as busy as an airport with great crowds congregating at all the attractions. Every attraction leaves you shoulder to shoulder with crowds of patrons. So much for the view unless you like looking at other patrons. Forgetting about discussing anything with your family, nothing can be heard over the throng. Additionally, they closed the entrance of the parking garage as we were entering, so we had to swing into Atlanta traffic to another entrance. Great. Are you worried about COVID? Well, imagine being on a packed airplane at every exhibit. That's the level of safety here. My advice, don't pre-order or schedule your tickets online. Pointless. Go, but have a backup plan. Visually scan the aquarium exterior to get an idea of how crowded the place is first. Zero admittance control at the height of COVID season, despite having a ticket schedule and reserve system in place. Not impressed. P.S. That was posted a week ago. We are actually on very much so a downtrend of COVID at the moment. Thank goodness.
Hey, welcome.
I'm sorry. Is this the Georgia Aquarium?
Yeah, we have the best otters in town. You want to hang out with them?
Is that Sorry, the music. I'm sorry. Did you just take a tab of E in front of my kids?
They got to do shot 2 before they come in.
Oh, a shot of ecstasy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's how you know that our whales aren't really whales. They're just government drones.
Oh my God. Okay.
That was really sad. You know what else is sad? Hold on. Very wrong. That when you buy a ticket, I'm sorry, hang on. When you buy a ricket, for a time, you have to do a reservation for the shows. In the front machine, when you buy a ticket, doesn't say anything about this. So we drove 6 hours, and we couldn't saw even one because, sorry, B.
Oh my God.
Spelled B-A-C-U-C-U-S-E. Because all was full, sold out. We spent our money for just washing tanks that we can see online either. Very bad, not recommended. I don't recommend his grammar either.
Good Lord, that was a lot.
That was a very long run-on sentence. I don't think there was not one. There was one period. I'm sorry. That was 2 sentences, folks. 2 sentences in that. So.
I'm starting to see a theme here in the reviews in terms of how crowded it can get. But it is Atlanta, like we said.
That's the risk you take for fun.
Mm-hmm. Here's one for you. Drove 3 hours to see it, and getting in was hectic, and security was extremely rude. It was an alright aquarium, but it got so crowded that you couldn't even see the tanks, and we got there as soon as they opened, and by 11 it was so packed. 1 star.
Oh, this next one's got the worst photos. I thought.
Oh yeah.
I thought this first photo was a pile of shit, but it's just like a bunch of coral, really blurry. So, I will not be back. It is only good if you, letter U, have elementary kids, not middle or height school.
Oh, height school.
They took my lighter.
They took my lighter.
They took my lighter and was not able to get it back.
What is that?
Bathrooms were very bad. 40 per person is wrong, and so is paying P-A-I-N-G for each show in the theater. If it was possible, P-O-S-S-I-A-B-L-E, I would not even give it 1 star. The parking sucked just as bad. No person, just machines. Needs to be done better for the price. Just J-S-U-T. Don't suggest 1G. Anyone else go for adults or middle school, high schoolers. All my pick are from walking through. She posted like 50 photos.
50 photos. Oh my God.
These photos are mine and mine only. Just want to say.
Copyright me.
Mom, I want to go to the museum. You're too old, baby. You're 11.
So, oh no, you missed the cutoff. Sorry.
I don't recommend it.
You got out of middle school.
You should have liked it when you should have.
Sorry, honey.
So.
Let's go to Greenville Zoo instead. I mean.
Hey, Mom, why aren't you smoking? Don't talk about that. They
What?
took my lighter.
They took my lighter. Mom, why do you have a cigarette in your mouth and it's not on fire?
They took my lighter.
And just chewing on a cigarette. Here's one for you. Real animal lover here. I hate hearing about the beluga whales doing the same circle out of complete boredom. And a 30-foot tank for an endangered whale shark that can dive to depths over 6,000 feet. Frowny face emoji, cute face emoji. I hate the same briefing every animal exhibit gives. Quote, animals lived longer in captivity due to vet care they receive, unquote. Yeah, right. What else do they pay them to say? We rescued a juvenile whale from whale shark from a fish market. More like stole it to put on display to sink to the bottom of a 30-foot fish tank. I'm definitely not an advocate for these places. Learn to scuba dive and go see them and the other sea life where they actually thrive and live, and I bet your minds would change drastically on putting any animal on display, saying it's for educational reasons. For such experts, you would think they would know that just because they are shallow water feeders sometimes does not mean that they don't dive to depths no human could ever reach. Hashtag should be illegal. Hashtag using animals as money brackets. Hashtag teach real facts.
Why are people hashtagging a Google review?
I do not know. I think it's like our brains are broken from like Twitter and Instagram at this point.
It's all the same.
It's all the same. Well, it's all the same, right? Because metaverse has taken over the world. It's all gonna be part of the metaverse.
It's like instead of, what was it, Demolition Man, where they're saying like the one restaurant is Taco Bell in the future. It's just going to be all meta, right? Like everything will exist in meta.
So that in itself is actually a reference. The book Snow Crash is by Neil Stevens. It's actually a real thing. The metaverse is what it is called. In that the basically a virtual reality internet. The entirety of it is called the metaverse. And now we have Facebook naming themselves the metaverse. I'm sorry, that is like really on the nose, guys.
Let's be fair,
bad
too.
Bad choice of name.
Let's be fair. Let's go back. If Taco Bell was the lone restaurant, would it really be the worst thing?
Yes.
Why?
It's so many. There are so many better
You live
choices.
near a Taco Bell.
Dude, I haven't eaten at a Taco Bell in like 12 years.
You know,
hashtag too cool for Taco Bell.
My wife and I want to bring you dinner for your wife before you guys have a baby.
Don't you dare bring me Taco Bell. I will eat it, but I won't be pleased.
Would your pregnant wife be okay with Taco Bell?
She would look at me and be like, why do Andrew and Lindsay hate us?
I would upgrade and get the steak, thank you.
Wow.
Come on.
That's the
You're that much of a snob, you wouldn't eat Taco Bell?
The only thing that could be worse is if you showed up to my house with Taco Casa. I'm throwing it down.
Okay.
Throwing it down.
I will say, Taco Casa is trash. You can't put
you gotta be careful what you say on this local podcast, buddy.
I don't care.
There's a lot of love for Taco. There's a lot of love for Taco Casa.
This podcast is based in Greenville, South Carolina. I will fight anyone that tells me that Taco Casa is good, because it is not good. Just because you put red enchilada sauce on everything does not make it Mexican. I'm sorry. It's disgusting, I love enchiladas.
I'm sure they're lovely people who run that place. They're a local business.
Sure.
Cool, support local business.
I'm sorry for shitting on local business.
But I also, guys, what are you doing?
What is this?
Come on. What is this?
What is this? Like, it's not even like fresh most of the time.
Don't bring me and my newborn and wife Taco Bell, please.
But you rather prefer Taco Casa?
No, absolutely not.
If you had one bag of food.
If I was on a deserted island and had to have a bag of food.
Exactly. If you had one bag of taco food, the Casa or the Bell?
It would be automatic taco.
What a snob. They have Brussels sprouts on the menu. They
are delicious.
They are very good.
They're very good.
The pink pickled onions. Mwah.
What are we talking about? The Georgia Aquarium, Atlanta,
but
Georgia.
You're just being a snob and hating Taco Bell.
I am 100% a food snob.
You are just disappointing.
Definitely true.
At $40 per ticket, I expected a great experience. However, all exhibits were crowded, so we spent much of the time waiting for a viewing spot to open up. To add to the frustration, food and drinks were outrageously priced. $15 for a shot. Fuck, there's shots at the aquarium.
Wait, you can buy shots at the aquarium
for $15?
That is too much.
Good God.
Pay the $5 for like a beer. Jeez.
The dolphin show is sold out. The exhibits we did see were nice, but the quality was very poor. Corporate greed is live and I think they meant to say well, at the Georgia Aquarium. Okay, $15 for a shot. It's hard for me not to say that isn't corporate greed.
Like, what kind of shot?
I don't know.
And also, why do you need a shot at the
You
Georgia
ever try to take kids anywhere? They need to have shots everywhere, but not for $15.
Wait. Are the shots for the kids?
No, they for me putting up with the kids.
I don't know that I have ever walked into an aquarium and been like, you know what I really need right now? Fucking tequila shots. Let's get fucking wasty.
Let's get some salt in this bitch. Let's go.
Yeah, they just actually have a faucet next to the beluga whale tank, and it's just salt water coming out of it, and that's what they use for the tequila
Every time
shot.
the whale goes, you do a shot. Yeah. Mom, look, the otters are holding shots.
That is outrageous. That is outrageous.
Okay.
I've literally never heard that.
Taco
before.
Bell, Taco Casa, or a $15 shot from Georgia Aquarium.
Oh man, Why you gotta
What's
give
a
me these
better
kind of
value?
choices?
$15 of Taco Bell food, $15 of Taco Casa food, or $15 for one shot?
I'm not gonna lie. The $15 from Taco Casa might get you the most food.
I think that's the left side of the menu. I think that's like the entire left side of the menu for $15.
But it's still Taco Casa, so.
But you can get a box from Taco Bell. Huh? Larry, come on. You tell me.
You're not gonna get me on the air to say that I'm gonna eat Taco Bell or Taco Casa.
Why is that such a thing, Larry? Like, you just told me a little bit ago off record you were just having a vomiting attack, and Taco Bell had nothing to do with that.
No, it had nothing to do with it. It was a stomach flu.
So you have stomach immunity now, right? It's kind of like COVID. Once you get COVID, you get COVID immunity.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you threw up recently from violently being ill? Oh, then you can totally handle Taco Bell.
Yes, you have stomach flu antibodies. You can take the damage.
I didn't get it from food poisoning, bro.
What? Come on. It makes you stronger. It's like Dwight says in The Office, it won't kill you, okay? You actually will get a lot stronger doing this.
Oh my God.
For your child, Larry. Come on.
Speaking of how I feel during this conversation.
Fine.
This was the single least enjoyable thing I have ever done with my kids on vacation. They are selling timed tickets, claiming less than full capacity. There could not have fit a single additional person in that building. COVID aside, it was impossible for children to see anything. We left after 10 minutes. 1 star. Man, 10 minutes is a hard bail. That's a hard bail.
You know, that reminds me of, I saw Sing 2 last night with my 9-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And a group, like a Hispanic family, and they're all mostly boys, I think, now that I think about it. I think they were maybe mid-teens. They walked out after 20 minutes.
Whoa.
And they missed out. Sing 2 is pretty good.
Were they vocal about why they were leaving? Was it do you think it was they weren't enjoying themselves? Were they in the wrong movie?
I mean, Halsey's in it. Bono's in it. Pharrell's in it. Why would you walk out?
Maybe one of them pooped themselves.
Maybe. And I didn't have to clean it.
Hey, you know what's really helped with my road rage lately?
Hmm.
Anytime somebody drives super rudely or super aggressively lately in Greenville, which all you Greenville natives out there, you freaking know. There's a lot of bad drivers around here. Just think to yourself, huh, that poor guy, he probably has to poop. He's rushing somewhere to go poop.
I have been...
Really changes your perspective on it.
In the 3 years where I've lived in my current house, since I moved here with my family, since I've been married to them, I've gotten in one accident each of those 3 years. And all 3 of them have not been my fault.
And all 3 you had to poop?
The first one, I was leaving the neighborhood, and my neighbor's grandmother, who was 85 at the time, smack hit me head on because I was behind the stop sign. Well behind, a couple feet behind the stop sign.
Oh, she took a turn too tight?
And she took it too tight. And then she gets out of the car, she goes, "Were you there the whole time?"
Oh, no.
Yes, ma'am. I sure was. And then waited an hour and a half for fire trucks, police come out. And then she went to grandma mode. She's like, "I don't know what happened. He popped out of nowhere." But then
I didn't pop out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Hey, this is why I have a dash cam.
And everyone was checking on her. Not one damn person asked me anything. I was like, what the fuck?
Sir, are you okay?
Yeah. And then the second accident, the year after, woman hit me from behind because she was lighting a cigarette and didn't pay attention on the brakes.
Oh, that sucks.
And then the last one I got recently, a couple months ago, I think I told you, the guy was turning in front of me to take himself to the hospital for chest pains.
Oh, my God.
So I hit him basically almost head on because he just turned out of nowhere. I had no time to react.
Whoa.
So, yeah, Greenville, South Carolina, one of the worst places to drive.
Well, luckily, so wait, you got an accident. Did an ambulance show up and take him anywhere at that point?
So,
because that seems like a very convenient way to get
an ambulance. We were right in front of the hospital in TR. And I remember when I popped up after everything happened, I look over at my kid and there's just this smoke from the airbag deploy and all that.
Oh my God.
He's coughing. I mean, the car was totaled. And so I get out, I rip the door open to pull him out, put him on the side of the road. And the ambulance checks on him because he sees a kid. And he's like, "Is anything okay?" And I looked at him too. And I was like, I don't want to speak too soon, but I think we're okay. I don't have anything, cuts, bloods, nothing like that. He looks okay. He had one little small mark on his neck from the seatbelt, which is why you don't slouch. Mm-hmm. And then I said, the other guy, I looked at the car and I said, "What happened to that guy? What? I don't even know what the hell just happened." He goes, "Yeah." And he's like, "That guy, he's having chest pain. In fact, he was driving to the hospital for that." And I said,
Well, he
Cool.
was not driving. He just like abruptly U-turned in
Because he
the
was
middle of
having,
the damn road.
yeah. So he was setting himself for like a heart attack, basically.
Mm.
And I said, cool, go check on that guy instead. I think we're okay. So, anyway, going back to it, Greenville, South Carolina, and you and your accidents.
You know where's worse?
Mm.
Atlanta. Atlanta traffic's pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, is it bad? Like, do they have accidents? Because they're just at a standstill a lot of times, right?
No, there's accidents too.
Have you gotten one? You look like you did. Like you got
In
some stories.
Atlanta, no, but I have to go through there often enough for work that I'm like, honestly, that Atlanta, whenever Atlanta is the actual destination, it's kind of the best thing ever because you're like, oh, like I can go through this not great traffic and be done, versus like having to drive through it and then continue to drive further.
You know, also not worth it.
What's that? Is it the aquarium?
Not worth the hype, HIPE. There's nothing special to see but little basic fish, and it's very expensive. $36 a person. If you want to see more, you have to pay more like the dolphin shows and octopus shows. I'll save my money because this is not entertainment.
You know, we've been kind of, usually we not go out of our way, but we do like try to like, if it's a local business, we try to be supportive of local businesses. And like the Georgia Aquarium is a local business of Atlanta, I suppose. I don't really know. Are they part of a larger group, you think?
I don't know technically. I just know that I've never been disappointed going to see the Georgia Aquarium.
I will point out there are definitely some photos I'm seeing in some of these reviews that like, and people are saying it's crowded, and there are some areas that look way too crowded, even pre-COVID. Like, here's one for you. Wall-to-wall people. This place way oversold. It was absolutely miserable. None of the kids could see anything for being packed between adults. Do not waste your money. There are much better aquariums than this one. With 1 star. The unfortunate thing about that is that there's not a lot of other local aquariums nearby, but I digress. The photos in this show like the underwater like tunnel, and like it is genuinely wall to wall with people. Like it is like,
Sure, I see the photos here.
That's too crowded. That is far too crowded. Like, what are you doing, Georgia Aquarium? Like, come on, guys.
I mean, here's the thing. I think it's one of those things where that's expected. And so for me,
is it?
I mean, so here's the thing. Like, it's kind of like me going to Costco. I don't go to Costco on weekends. Costco on weekends is hell.
I agree with you.
So
but I will say that the whole point of going to Costco is to participate in the consumerism of like, we're here to go shopping. We're here to go, and honestly, Costco, there could be some argument made for if the parking lot is full, that probably means that we're capped. Like there shouldn't be any more people in the store. I would say that I would argue to say that an aquarium, the enjoyment at an aquarium or some other space like that probably should limit the number, like the capacity could really overdo it, right? Like there's probably like a fine line of like, after a certain point, it limits the enjoyment of the patrons and maybe risks people not coming back. I don't know.
Sure. I mean, that's why these reviews are important, right? So we joke that also that the 1-star reviews can be silly, but sometimes informative, right? And so for me, if I'm looking at this, I say, I still want to go to the aquarium. When are the non-peak hours?
Right.
And so for me, like anything, like even a movie theater, I don't like going to peak hours, but that's my choice. I don't sit there and bitch at the movie theater or bitch at the aquarium like, you guys need to like, I mean, they could do a better job, but at the same time, like, hey, look, like it's their peak time.
That's fair.
Restaurant, same thing. I don't like to eat at 6 p.m. on a Friday night. At a restaurant.
Probably not a good time.
I stay the hell away from it. But I don't go to the restaurant and be like, you guys suck. You need more tables. You need more service. Because you know what? At some point when you do get more tables, more room, like then it's too much. It's whatever.
If it's an endemic, right? If it's like constantly an issue, that might be one thing. I mean, this place has 55,000 reviews, right?
Sure.
And they are overwhelmingly 5-star reviews. Like the 1 stars are, I don't know if it gives you a breakdown, honestly, on numbers, but it's overwhelmingly 5 stars.
But what's the average? What's the average? 4 point what?
4.6.
Yeah, out of 50-something thousand reviews, 4.6. That's a pretty good, solid number there supporting them.
Yeah,
and like
for sure.
And Georgia Aquarium, like it's just like a staple. Like I get it. Some people are not satisfied. I saw a couple there that were kind of like, I drove from Miami and this is not what I expected. Okay, then why?
Well, like even this, like it's like it's enough of a tag. There are enough people that complain about the crowds here. There are 559 separate reviews that have the word crowds in it. And one of them from 2 months ago is a 5-star experience that basically says, great experience as always. Social distancing was pretty non-existent, and even with crowd control appointment times, it really didn't make any difference. than times I visited pre-COVID. Only difference I found was having to go online and reserving times for the shows, which again had no social distancing whatsoever, so I wasn't sure why we had to do that. But basically they said like while it was crowded, it didn't affect their enjoyment of the actual physical space of like seeing the fish, of getting to enjoy it with their grandkids, it looks like. Like, yeah, go early. Crowd started about 11 a.m. Bam! That's the most helpful thing somebody could have said right there. Go before 11 a.m. There you go.
And I think it's one of those things, too, like when I walk into a place and I see giant crowds in certain corners or parts of the area I want to go to, I just look at my friend like, cool, let's just come back here and then we'll go to this section instead and we'll come back around. As simple as that. I think when you like have a notion to just nitpick at something and find something that's like, cool, that's why I hate this place, you're just going to automatically hate it. That's just your mentality. Sorry for that.
We're just trying to change the world a little bit at a time, just to make people aware of like, hey, like try to enjoy things. Yeah.
Change our world, folks. If you like what you listen to here, hit that like, subscribe button, whatever you listen to there, and listen to more episodes of 1-Star Reviews. As this is episode, I think 882. We got more coming out for you.
If you have any suggestions for business you want us to check out, who do they need to email or tweet or Instagram
I was going to say that, but I was going to say something more about the line of like, just whatever you listen to right now, I hope you're stuck in traffic listening to us.
What? Why?
Because I want them to experience crowds. Like these people on these reviews would experience crowds.
Why do you want people to experience that?
Because they have to listen to you more.
Oh.
As they sit in this crowd.
Hey, I want you to think about next time you see a person passing you rudely on the road. Just think about, oh, they got to take one heck of a deuce right now. Poor guy.
Poor guy, need to take a deuce.
You got to take a deuce.
Gotta do it at the aquarium for $15.
Fish poop in water.
Do they?
Yeah. Wait, where else would they poop?
Oh, I thought they had like little toilets.
Fish poop in the water. Swimming in their own poop.
Oh, that's gross. Like in it?
What?